Get your weapons ready, kiss the ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Fight the war. Fight the war. Fight the war. Oh, who cares why we're fighting? It's about the might. Let the righters righting settle wrong from right. In the time of conflict, when the bullets fly, in the space of seconds, a life you cannot buy. Face the facts before you, face the simple truth. We're hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm fighting the war because that's what I'm doing on a Friday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's going on, Arvanauts? Welcome, everybody, to a Saturday night stream of Saturday night. What? It's Friday. I just said it was Friday. I say Friday, and then I'm just like immediately jump over to Saturday for no reason. What's going on, everybody? As I was saying, Friday. Welcome to a Friday night stream. I hope everyone is doing well, and looking forward to a little bit of Skyrim Enderal, which we've been a long ways away from, quite frankly. It's been a while since we've gotten back to playing any kind of video game, other than, I guess we did play It'll Do. So we did play It'll Do on Tuesday, but other than that, it's been a whole lot of stuff outside of it, so it's going to be fun to get a little bit back into the video game side of things. Before we get there, you guys know how to support the stream. !CTT to tweet out the stream. !ArvTube to check out the YouTube channel for past broadcasts of the stream. !Steam Group to check out the Steam group where the Arvanauts hang out in between streams, and of course Discord, which is a big one because Discord is something which is really kind of blown up as of late. We've got a lot of people that have been joining up with that, which is really awesome. And last but certainly not least, !Arvtreon. We're currently sitting at 489.04, and I would love to be able to get that back over 500 and get us back moving up towards the positive side of the ledger, so we can get a lot of other people on board and do some of the stuff that we're able to do when the Patreon is a little bit higher. So please consider that if you have not done so already, checking out the Patreon. A lot of cool stuff for you. the ability to inspire D&D players. And there's going to be a lot more of that inspiration coming up, as I'm going to explain in just a minute, or a lot more opportunity, I should say, to use that inspiration. But you also get critiques of your writing. You can get a copy of one of my band's first 2 albums. You can get an epic poem written about you. You can get a character background done for you. So lots of cool stuff. And I'm actually going to be hopefully adding a few other things along with that pretty soon if I can. So I want to make sure that I check that out. So please check that out if you can. And thank you for those of you who support it already. So Skyrim Enderal tonight, but we do have a couple of announcements I want to make about some stuff. I know that I'm getting started late. I apologize. Hopefully we will not have a problem with this in the future. But it's been difficult. As I've said, Friday is my day when I'm out hanging out with my daughter. Most of the day I drop her off at school. I do some work during the day, and then I pick her up after school, and it's kind of daughter-daddy day, and so I do the best I can, but as much as I love all of you wonderful people, I do kind of have a priority for my daughter, and so there are going to be times when we're doing stuff where it's just going to be a little bit later, and so that's the deal, and I hope you guys understand that, and that you can deal with little Arv, but I know you all love her because, I mean, not as much as I do because she's my kid, but anyway, so we were out and doing stuff, and so I started as soon as I can after all was said and done. But yes, regarding this calendar, I do want to bring that up. So let's pull that up. If you click that link, you will see the calendar. One of the things I did today while I was doing work during the day is I got all my Patreon stuff set up, and I also put up the schedule for next month, or I should say this month rather, the rest of June, and it looks to be a lot of fun. We've got Skyrim Enderal tonight and Skyrim Enderal tomorrow. Then next week, starting next week, we've got a few things going on, and I do want to bring up my Discord, which I think I have someplace. Where's my Discord at? Where's my Discord at? Because Discord has got the information that I posted earlier today about this very subject. There we go. So we have got our Talisman Tournament, folks, and I'm very happy about this because the Talisman Tournament has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people in it. We've got 11 people signed up for the Talisman Tournament, which is awesome, and that means that we're going to have basically 2 4-person games and 1 3-person game for the semifinals, and that will lead us into a final round of 3 people. So the winner of each of those first 3 rounds is going to move on to the final round of the tournament. Semifinal number 1 is going to take place Monday, June 5th, and it will be at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will star Shadowed Mage, it will star Law, and it will star Dragon Spear. It will also star Duty Calls, although I need to get Duty Calls onto, I need to get on there and get him onto Discord because he's changed his name recently, so I need to Tilted Gaming or something like that. So I got to make sure that I get a hold of him. But anyway, that's going to be Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, which will be really, really cool. Then, and I'll jump ahead of the schedule a little bit, on Friday, the 9th, we have the second semifinal of the Talisman Tournament, and that will involve CJ, Brahms, Uncle Elias, and Divinorium. All of those folks will be joining us for the semifinal of Talisman on Friday, June 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then the final semifinal will be the following Monday, Monday the 12th, and that will consist of Kilobyte, Sass Wielder, that's also known as Lisa Lee. She's the one who is on Exploding Dice's channel and is a voice actress and stuff like that, and Classicor. So that will be, and it's actually, it just struck me that I just put the 2 Arvanaut Idol winners, Arvanaut Idol 1 was Classicor, Arvanaut Idol 2 is Kilobyte. So I'm putting them together apparently in a death cage match that's going to be there. And you're right. It is an all mod. It's almost an all mod thing. Basically, like the first semifinal will be 3 mod people, and then Duty Calls is not a mod. And then we've got that, and then we've got this. It's interesting. It's almost like we've got the different survivor groups, you know, who is the top mod, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, the top 3 will move on to the finals, and the final will be Friday the 23rd at 9 p.m. Yeah, no mud wrestling, unfortunately. That'll be the 23rd at 9 p.m., and that is before I head off to Seattle. I'm going to be in Seattle at the end of the month, and so I obviously didn't want to be running anything while I was, in transit, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have a stream on Saturday the 24th because I think I'll be flying at that time. So Friday the 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern will be the final of the Talisman Tournament. So really excited about the Talisman Tournament, though. That's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a blast, and I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone does with each other in Talisman, which again is cross-platform. So if you have it on PC, if you have it on Android, if you have it on iOS, it all works together, which is why this is going to be cool. There you go, troll. Yeah, exactly right, man. So, so that's what's going on with the Talisman Tournament. We've also got the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook illustration streams, and this Tuesday the 6th will mark the return of that very popular event with Terry Toons as we try to wrap up Crypt of the Sorcerer, so that will be awesome. Then I've got I have to check with the Arvocalists on this, so this is not set. I have not yet checked with them. But if all goes well, on Saturday the 10th, we will have the Arvocalists with us to do Phoenix Wright. Only one session for the Arvocalists this month, and that's because basically the Patreon is not high enough to allow for two. So we've only got the one set up this night, set up this month, and so they will be doing that on Saturday the 10th, which will still be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to that. The other big thing that I want to mention is the Adventures in Middle-earth campaign. This is the Tolkien campaign that I announced during ArvCon, and that is starting on Tuesday the 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern. That is starring the inimitable Trendane Sparks. It is starring Terry Toons, the aforementioned Terry Toons. It is starring Will from Encounter Roleplay, which is really going to be awesome, and that Bronze Girl, who used to be do stuff for Hyper RPG, of course has her own channel, is a gifted GM in her own right, and so I'm looking forward to having all those four together, and that will be starting on the 13th. That will actually be Tuesday the 13th from 12 to 3 Eastern, and then the 20th from 12 to 3 Eastern. We're going to be doing 2 sessions a month, so we'll be doing that back-to-back in this particular case because of my travel schedule. So 13th and the 20th, and that's going to be a good time. And then I think the only other things I need to mention to you folks are that I will be playing It'll Do, because I'm going to be on the road, basically. So I'm going to be doing live from the road with Arvbox on Friday the 16th and Saturday the 17th. Both of those sessions are up in the air because I will be in Origins in Columbus, Ohio at the Origins convention. So no guarantees about the 16th or the 17th. I hope to get one of those in, but I cannot promise it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm putting It'll Do up there, because I'd like to get back to it and finish it. I think it's a portable game. It's not very big, CPU requirements or anything, but that's the key. No, my webcam's not broken. No, I'm just going through stuff. I will pop it up in just a minute. And then the last things that we need to mention are on the 27th, which is Tuesday the 27th, we have the Patreon Fueled Chat Chosen Game of the Month. This month, though, you guys are not actually going to be voting on it because you basically did vote on it already, and that's Lionheart. I couldn't get Lionheart to run in time for last month's Chat Chosen Game of the Month, but that actually did win the poll. I have now gotten it to work and capture just fine, so we'll be doing Lionheart at the end of this month, and then next month we'll go back to our normal chat selection schedule. So this is the Chat Chosen Game of the Month. It's just it would normally have been last month, and I couldn't get it to run. So now I've got it running, and so that's the deal with that. So that's Tuesday the 27th. And then the last thing to remember is there is Infinity and Beyond Divinorium, and that is the 30th. We had incredible schedule conflicts through this month, so we were only able to get one session of D&D in, but we did manage to get it, so that was awesome. So Friday the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern is D&D with the Infinity and Beyond crew. So we normally try to get 2 sessions in a month for that, but it's only going to be 1 session this time. But the reason I mentioned that thing about inspiration is you guys are now going to have a lot of chance to do this. You will have a chance to do it during D&D with viewers. You will have a chance, which, by the way, no D&D with viewers this month because we've got literally 4 streams dedicated to the Talisman Tournament, so that is taking up any D&D with viewers time. But under normal circumstances, you could use inspiration for the D&D with viewers. You can use inspiration for the Fighting Fantasy game books. You can use inspiration for D&D with GOG, which I do over at Pen and Pixels during my Pen and Pixels show over there. And you can do it, of course, on D&D with the Infinity Beyond crew. You can now also do it with the Adventures in Middle-earth campaign that I'm going to be running. So basically that means you've got Fighting Fantasy Game Book 26. You've got Adventures in Middle-earth, 2 sessions of that, so that's 3. You've got the D&D with Infinity Beyond is 4, and D&D with GOG is 5. So you've got 5 different sessions that you can use inspiration on, which I think is pretty good. So that's going to be awesome. However, you cannot inspire the players at the Talisman Tournament. No, sadly, Div, you cannot do that. So that is, normally I don't go through everything in the schedule, but I wanted to sort of lay it out there because we had so much focus on ArvCon and everything last month that only now am I able to get back to some of that other stuff. Also, I have a couple of surprises, I think, planned that are not quite set yet, but I'll just say that there are a couple of things, including one very prominent game that I may be having people on, developers on, to talk about very soon, but I didn't put that on the schedule because I don't have anything locked in yet. That might not happen till July anyway, but I wanted to let you guys know that that's the deal. So, with all that said, let me get rid of this. Where are you? This. And let me turn on this. There we go. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, it's a pleasure to have you guys all here. I'm trying to decide if my webcam is out of sync again. Swear to God. I don't know if it is, but I think it might be. I'm going to deactivate it and reactivate it. Let's see if that works any better. No, it's about the same. I guess I might have been I might just be like way oversensitive to it now. Because yeah, see, this is what I mean. Trollware. It doesn't look like it is to me. Right next, literally the next comment from Dragon Spirit's out of sync. I don't know what to do. I'm either going to have to get a new camera or I'm going to have to start using XSplit because I literally have nothing else that I can do. I am absolutely not going to uninstall everything on my computer and reinstall it just so that I can get the webcam to work with OBS. I don't understand it. I've tried literally, I've spent probably 5 hours on this trying to get this to work with every conceivable adjustment, setting, fix. None of them work. So I have no idea why. It pisses me off because it works perfectly in Skype. It works perfectly everywhere. There's just something screwed up with OBS, and it has to do with what happened since OBS updated. So I don't know if there's a way that I can roll back OBS to like 18 or something like that, and maybe see if that does something, but this is just an absolute mess, and I do not want to start using OBS 32-bit and have to literally rebuild all my scenes again. I'm just, you know, it's slightly off after resetting. See, I don't know, I have no idea. I don't know what is causing it to happen. I have no idea. I've troubleshot everything I can think of. Why I should have to get a new webcam when the C920 is standard for every streamer that I know is beyond me. But it's really, really frustrating. Incredibly frustrating. So, I mean, I can save profiles, but it doesn't, I mean, I don't know how much of that it actually saves or doesn't save. I mean, I can try. But I also don't think the profiles transfer over to a 32-bit. It's in better. Well, yeah, but it should not be this way in the first place. I tried running this for literally a half hour the other day with it recording. And see, that's the other thing, too. I can leave it on, and I can have it recording, and it looks like it's in sync the whole time. And when I start streaming, it just gets messed up. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's really angering me, and I'm... frustration. Anyway. Never mind. I will try to deal with that at some other point, but I'm really irritated about it. It's one of those things, like the most frustrating tech thing you can deal with is one that seems to have no discernible cause. And I understand that everything must have some discernible cause, but literally nothing else was different, except that about 2 weeks ago this started to happen, and probably I did an OBS update sometime around then. But that's it. I didn't change up video drivers. I didn't do anything else. And this works perfectly in everything else. It works perfectly in Skype. It works perfectly in XSplit. It just doesn't work in OBS. I don't know why. And it's not just by the way, my voice being out of sync. It's that my movements are out of sync. It's that if I move my hand, it's doing it okay right now. But basically there's a gap between I move and it reacts like, yeah, like it's like a 0.01 second slow. And I don't know why. So... anyway, so infuriating. I am too mad. But never mind that. Let's get into some Skyrim Enderal and let's lose ourselves within the game. There's that. This was another thing that fouled up the other day. The Steam. So Steam all of a sudden randomly refused to load. It started downloading an update and it said that the bootstrapper was broken or something. And I talked about this on Discord, and finally I was able to get it to finally work. Finally. After having to uninstall Steam, I had to move the Steam apps over, uninstall Steam, reinstall Steam, then I had to reinstall Enderal from scratch to get everything working. So it finally did. It was crazy. Well, I appreciate that nonstop, but I mean, there's a lot of people who do, you know, watch it live, and I know it drives me up a wall, and if it's driving me up a wall, it's got to drive some other people up a wall. So, yeah. Uh-oh, you've been holding back your celebration until after ArvCon. By the way, hi to everybody today. I know we have fewer people tonight because I'm starting late, but hello to Elias, Trollware, Nonstop, Metal Deer, Jim, Jagtress, Ekeg, Dragonrite, Divinorium, Dragonspear, and Demise are my 2 awesome mods. So... Yeah, congratulations, Dragon. They won everything. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. You know, the webcam thing is bothering me so much that I'm almost thinking I should just, you know, bite the bullet and go back to XSplit. I mean, the last thing I want to do is keep coming up with new programs that I have to deal with, quite honestly. Oh, God. There we go. But I have a lifetime license already. So, I mean, if it's going to cause me fewer headaches, then maybe I should just do that and say the hell with OBS. I don't know. But it's frustrating. Okay, I don't remember anything about what I was doing in this game. The last time I played this game was like a month ago, so I don't remember anything what I was doing. Rouse a Grandmaster's interest in regard of my abilities and my visions waits me in the Emporium, okay. Art of Combat. Right, I need to find more combat stuff. Search for Jesper and the Dancing Nomad. Okay. Ascertain what depresses Magister Reagan, alright. Kill Pack. It's a bounty. Investigate Ark's Last Watch. Interesting. Brave Blood. Alright. So let's start out then with eventualities, I guess. In fact, I think that might be what's there. There's my local map. Yeah, there we go. I knew I stopped in front of this door for a reason. Although now that I'm thinking of it. It's this one maybe? Good. I remembered that successfully. Whoa, I need to improve my sensitivity. That's the other thing. I had to change my sensitivity. Wow. Like, they had no sensitivity there at all. That would explain why. No. Still need more than that. But all of this got, like, reset and changed when I had to reinstall it. There was a good, like, 10 minutes where I felt like I was not going to be able to play Enderal again. Because of the Steam foul up, and I was sure as hell not going to do it again. That's more like it. Because it was for damn sure that I was not going to play the whole game again just to get back to where I was. I cry more often. Yes, I built up my sensitivity. It's true. I have increased my sensitivity. Just letting go. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Dragon. Yeah, you know what? I actually have been meaning to tell you about that for like the last 3 days. Yes, we did get another box with more of the pastry with the dates thing. And I actually told my wife, I said, this time I knew it was from you. I said, this is from Dragonspear, and I said, I think I made the mistake of mentioning that you liked these. And she was literally eating one from like the old batch as I was telling her that, so she cracked up. So thank you. Yes, that was very kind of you. I did actually get it. Yes, I'm sorry. It came in a couple of days ago, and I've been so buried in trying to get caught up on everything for ArvCon and all that stuff that I didn't have a chance to talk to you about it. Because next week is... Okay, stop. Because next week is my rest week. Next week I am doing absolutely nothing but reading, playing video games, and hanging out with the family. That's it. I'm not doing writing. I'm not doing podcasting. I'm not doing anything relating to teaching stuff. I'm doing nothing but resting and video games. That's it. So, yeah. There's a different style. Oh, cool. I will try that out. Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I think I already have that. Dragon Spear sent me some of these pastries, a box of these pastries, and there was a time when I had absolutely no idea who it was from, and then I was like, wait a minute, I bet I know, and it turned out it was from him. But that was not, of course, the same thing as this box, because I saw it, I'm like, I bet I know what this is. So, all right, what's up, Magister?
Walk blessed.
Is there some kind of problem?
Oh, yes. Guess what? There is. Some people just don't get the meaning of the word reliability.
Who are you talking about? Maybe I can help.
Huh. You're not from the Order, are you? Then I wonder what the blazes you're doing here. But, fine. Who am I to reject a helping hand? Elia, the novice who was assigned to me, she's supposed to help me transcribe these Pyrian tomes the Grand Master is so obsessed about. But 2 days ago, she simply vanished. If I were to guess, I'd say she's strolling around enjoying herself somewhere in the Nobles' Quarter. I'd go look myself, but I'm lucky if I get to breathe within all this work. Go find her, and tell her to get her bloody ass up here and help me. If you do that, it won't be to your disadvantage.
So I have to find the missing novice in Ark and persuade her to return. Okay. I love how I am the savior in all these games, but as the savior, I'm also somehow supposed to be the errand boy. I mean, literally, that's go find this person and tell them to, you know, literally. You just updated it and it keeps crashing, not a good sign? Yeah. A little slow. Oh, shoot. I don't remember it. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Troll. I don't know. I mean, this thing with the webcam is, quite honestly, I'm getting a little disillusioned about OBS Studio. I liked it a lot, but I'm starting to get really frustrated with things like that. And I understand it's open source and it's free and you get what you pay for, but I already paid for a lifetime license for XSplit. So I basically feel like if I've already paid for XSplit and the only major reason to get OBS besides XSplit is because OBS is free, then why am I wasting my time? And part of the reason I think that I'm wasting my time... Oh, Nobles Quarter, that's right. Part of the reason that I'm wasting my time is because I don't want to rebuild everything again. You know, I really don't. I just don't want to. I don't want to waste my time again and rebuild everything again and redo everything again. You know, I'm tired of it. But if it leads me to a more stable... Ooh, hello, clipping. If it leads me to a more stable situation, maybe I should. Also, are you guys talking about soccer and which one's in better shape?
I don't know what to think of all this. Why are we just here with them? Ralph is past the Grandmaster, but...
Dragon, I don't know if I've ever asked you why you're such a Man U fan.
Don't worry so much. I'm certain the Grand...
This is holy ground, Outlander.
Now
You
go.
don't belong
Where
here.
the Magister comes to get you himself.
I want to find this signpost. I thought there was a signpost in here, which is basically fast travel.
You're always so kind. Ah, there you are. Magister Cornus has been looking for you.
Carlos, why's that?
I don't know, but I think it's about the tome he wanted you to transcribe.
Ah, I thought... well, never mind. And by the way, have you seen this new Nerimese mage woman? Pegas, or whatever her name was.
Oh, good God.
I've heard about her.
You stopped using XSplit and OBS? Both of them? It started back in the 90s. I sense the start of a story. So neither one of them worked for you, is what you're saying? Hi. Is there a signpost? I swear there was. I thought there was a signpost someplace. Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? That's stupid. I'm going to see if I can continue with the main quest here and get this set of things locked out.
There you are. Magister Carnes has been looking for you.
Ah, over there.
Ah, I thought, well, never mind.
Oh, okay, because I was confused because XSplit is paid. So that's why I was confused about what... Well, actually, I think both of them are paid, right?
Yeah, as if.
Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
Get any younger?
Sun Temple Emporium.
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You do not belong
Hello.
here.
Ooh, cool. Oh, gotcha. That's cool, Dragon. So you literally became a fan based on what you saw them, on how you saw them play. That's cool.
It is a suspicion, Teela. And to send an entire division across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Nerimese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Teela, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Teela, back then in Kira.
Natara, the mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
Yes. Hi, I was just waiting for you to be done.
So, you are the prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting.
More than interesting.
I am Teela Aranthia, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster of the Order.
The faces are so much better with this mod.
I'm honored to meet you. What is your name?
R. Vanilla Ron. Oh, sorry. That's right. He's not in this game. Rel Krolner. You wanted to see me?
Yes. And I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special.
Got that right.
Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped. And to achieve this, you are indispensable.
You're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic. The wars, the living dead, common people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
Nice, that's cool. The visions, so you know where they come from?
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Narazul Aranthia.
Damn.
He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Neri.
Your story is also interesting,
I
Dragon.
still do not know why he spared me.
If Narazthul was your son, why did he hate the gods so much? Shouldn't he have been, I don't know, devoted to them?
There were circumstances favoring the development. But it's a long story, which we won't discuss now.
So the Lightborn are really dead. If you, the Order of the Gods, acknowledge that fact, why do people not know about it?
Good question. Because at the moment, stability is the highest good. Even more so considering what we are facing.
I could have predicted that.
The rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil wars that followed in their countries are evidence of the chaos that such a revelation entails. Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. It is unthinkable what would happen if we confirmed these rumors. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny all rumors of that kind.
But you managed to free yourself.
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time. The dreams.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to
I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these screams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
An acolyte of your son, but weren't they your enemies then?
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew. Which has now turned out to be the truth.
And that's your Looney Boons?
The dreams. They come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from a common mind?
A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
Thus the excavations like in old Roshengrad. What did you find out?
3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands.
There's also the Protheans, and...
Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace.
Holy crap, this really is the Mass Effect
Third,
plot.
everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us.
Wow, man.
We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle...
How is this not Mass
approaching its
Effect?
end.
A pattern? You mean that the chronicles of each civilization are identical?
Not identical.
Cool music,
But one
though.
can split them up into episodes, which repeat themselves in the very same
so it
manner.
really is like Mass
into
Effect.
patterns.
So this is your explanation for the Red Madness, the wars?
Yes, dramatically put, they're the envoys of the end. Yes, dramatically put, they're the envoy.
I admit this world has seen brighter days, but isn't this a little too much of a leap?
I see why you would say that, and I felt the same way for a very long time too. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study
right,
the
Troll?
history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels.
I mean, am I crazy? For you guys who play, don't spoil it, but if you guys
In
have
its
played the
early
Mass
days,
Effect
the
series,
Pyrean
isn't this
Empire was
this
split
reading
up by a
exactly like
disaster,
that?
Just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe.
Thank you for the,
The 2 castes of the Sun Priest.
Thank you for the follow, Skyrim
They
Jaw.
too
Welcome to the
ruled
Argonauts.
until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
The Pyreans, also known as the Protheans, knew about the threat? Why didn't they try to do something about it?
They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak.
How in blazes can an entire civilization just disappear?
That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and my powers come from?
Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well.
Characters recur?
Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you.
Wow.
While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet.
I'm supposed to be a prophet?
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
And I take it this is the reason the Neramese mages are here, isn't it? Firespark, Pegast, Sharim.
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself.
If I play a role, does that mean that something is controlling me? Controlling us?
No. As I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end, like pieces on a chessboard. We are determined by our skills. How and to what end we use them is our choice.
I'm not sure you want to go with that analogy, boss. If we appear as pieces on a chessboard do not move themselves. Why me of all people?
I do not know. Firespark the Mage has told me your story. And even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary. Or we simply have not understood the pattern yet.
I have not. I have not tried any of them. We were actually waiting to use the other ones first. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be offensive to the Scientologists, I think that's okay. But I actually was just thinking, I just was shocked about how much this reminds me of Mass Effect. What defines this prophet?
On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this.
Indeed I have.
On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Yeah. Troubling, Dragon, troubling. Into the past and therefore into the future. What do you mean?
Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help.
Right, Troll? Why do you think that we can overcome this cycle in the first place, after hundreds of civilizations have failed?
That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die?
Alright, if I can help, I'll try to do so.
Good.
Good.
However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial.
Good. I want you to join this organization, even though I've just told you that you're essential to our cause. Join your order. Is this really necessary?
It is. Whatever you think about our story, we are the only faction that is strong enough to oppose the cycle. If you want to be part of our mission, you need to have access to our knowledge and resources. There will be voices in the Order speaking against your admission, as they are speaking against the presence of the Neremese mages. Consider it an honor or a necessity. It is up to you.
If this guy, I'm waiting for this guy to be like, because we are your salvation through destruction, and be like, what? I will conduct this quest personally. This hurts you. Okay, what kind of test?
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival.
These the people I'm supposed to crush? You've already informed them. How could you know that I'd agree?
I had a hunch. Let us leave it at that.
Who are the 2 novices?
I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been working hard toward the test. But see them for yourself.
Yeah. Very well. Where can I find them?
At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. Ah, one more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with it.
This guy's very confident. He's like, we'll do it.
And how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure. No, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
How about thank you? How about I appreciate you paying attention? How about I, you know... Wow.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
It's interesting. Alright, so... Alright, eventualities... Okay. Nobles or barrack quarters. Alright. Interesting. Alright, well. We'll hit that up in a minute. We're going to go to the nobles' quarters first. We're going to try to wrap up a few more of these side quests. I really thought there was a signpost somewhere. Hey, what's up?
Who are you?
I'm the person trying to save the world. So...
Huh? Now look at that. Someone who's actually interested in us as people, rather than in our knowledge
this
about
lady.
the Pyreans. But it's your lucky day.
Right,
I really
exactly,
wouldn't mind
Dragon.
a good talk right now. Hold on a second. Arizalian brandy, vintage 8214. What do you say? A glass and a good talk? There are a couple of things I wanted to ask you anyway.
I like that we're just standing out in the middle of the temple, like doing this. Alright, sounds good.
All right then.
Didn't know we were going to get a fade to black here.
When I hear you say that, I don't regret for a second that I never came back to Ostian. Even though I've thought about it from time to time.
You're from Ostian? You look more like a Scarag to me.
Wow. Finally, someone who says it up front. Yeah, I've got some Scarag blood in me, though comparably little in regards to how much it shows. My grandfather, he used to serve in the South Realms Marines. And one day they captured a ship of Scarag raiders, some of them women. Stories say he fell in love with one of them, and yeah, you can connect the dots. But to answer your original question, yes, I'm from Ostian. Though we fled the city around 10 years ago. The right choice, as I probably don't need to tell you. The temple was always a bunch of fanatical fuckheads, but that bastard High Priest Janus gave the word butcher an entirely new meaning.
One more thing about your ancestry, as we marvel at the guy behind you. Do you know anything more about that woman your grandfather fell in love with? That's not an everyday story.
I know, and nah, I hardly know anything about her. Only that they were raiders and that she fled about 2 years after giving birth to me. Poor Grandpa. You should have seen how people reacted to the way I looked. Even as a kid, they always looked at me and my almond-shaped eyes as if they were expecting me to pull out a skull fetish any second and start putting curses on anyone in the vicinity.
Honestly, I'm not too surprised about what Janus did. Give someone too much power and they show their real face.
Maybe. Warriors of the Creator. War against the infidels. The Creator's children don't even sugarcoat how radical their faith is anymore. And still, so many people join their ranks. It's fucking insane. But then again, I guess that's religion for you. Don't think for yourself anymore. Let someone else do it for you. At least it was for my brother.
You have a brother? Bum bum bum.
I had. He was about 15 years older than me, and was always a troubled child. Rakul. That was his name.
Cool.
You know, my family was very wealthy before we fled. Drapers for generations. The best in Ostian. I suppose that's why my father expected so much from Rakul, since I, as a woman, wouldn't have been allowed to take over the business when my father would have retired. But Rakul, he just wasn't made out for it, you know? He was shy and introverted, and never had a hand for money. I can't remember how often Father told him that he was a disgrace to the family.
It's delightful. And then he found his faith and joined the Creator's children.
You can call it that, yes. Looking back, I think the temple only gave him what Father wouldn't. A perspective. The feeling of being needed. He spent almost all of his time in the temple after his conversion, and knew the entire Rania, their holy scripture, by heart. Well, in one day, he announced that simply attending the masses wasn't enough anymore. He would join the temple's warriors.
Neglected young men without perspective in their lives, the #1 choice of any hate monger.
Damn right. That's what these bastards do. They exploit the vulnerability of people like him and indoctrinate them with their fucking bullshit. And once that's done, they send them to fight for their holy causes. In other words, their own interests, like pawns on a chessboard. And if they die, then they call it a fucking honor. I'm sorry, my dame. Your youngest son just died. But don't worry, he's in a better place now, eating grapes and drinking honey. What solace, isn't it? Now, do you have any other neglected children for us? We're running short on material. Damn it, I hate those bastards. I just hate them so much.
Not quite as much as I hate your voice acting. Heyo! It's funny that some of the voice acting in here is mediocre. Other voice acting, though, was pretty good. Like, the Commander's voice acting was very solid, I thought. And I suppose that's what happened to your brother, too? He died fighting for the Creator?
He was slaughtered, hacked into pieces by Chancellor Baratheon's cavalry.
Baratheon?
That was before the peace treaty. I'd be surprised if they taught him what end of a lance to stab with before they sent him into the field.
Yeah, exactly, Troll.
But, well, I guess that answers the question you asked me up in the temple, doesn't it? I was sick of seeing people using religion for their own ends. Creator, Lightborn, the Great Spirit. Same shit, different name. And you know what? No matter how much chaos the death of the gods caused, I don't regret
Right,
being a
Shadow?
part
What's
of
up,
it.
man?
Not in the least. It was the right thing to do. Anyway, I'd say we call it quits for now, okay? It was good talking to you, but I'm dying for a nap. Take care.
Yes, of course you'd say that.
Alright. That's awesome. I, however, have no idea where I am.
Outlander. What are you doing in this?
Noble's Quarter. Hey, I needed to get to the Noble's Quarter anyway. What's up, Rock God? Oh, I hear that, man. I know. I hope you're feeling a little bit better now, though, Shadow. Oh my God, those rain effects. It's a little loud, but I have to say, you guys know the drill on this. Listening to rain is very soothing. Just listen to that for a second. How you doing, Rock God?
Well.
Just gonna lie back. I love it. It's good stuff. Hey, Snip. Wow, dude, you haven't watched him forever. I know, I haven't seen you in forever, Snip. How you doing, man? Resident Sleeper stream. It's just so peaceful. Yeah, welcome back, Snip Dog. It's been a while. It's been a while since I saw you around here. Okay. Elia in Ark. Alright. And she might be somewhere here, right? The problem is, I don't know where Elia is.
Yes.
What's up, Bello?
Hey, wait a minute. You... Never mind.
What is it?
Oh, you're an Eterna, aren't you?
Yes, it took a
Your
while,
ears,
Shadow.
They,
It took a
they
while,
look
but I did.
different.
And now I'm very seriously considering switching over to XSplit permanently because I'm getting tired of the OBS nonsense. and the webcam. Like, it's really driving me nuts. So I'm thinking about that too. But yes, I did. I had to uninstall and reinstall Steam. I had to uninstall completely and reinstall Enderal again, but I did finally get it to work. Fortunately, I only had a few things that were installed on this computer for Steam, because I've only had it since, you know, about mid-January, so that was lucky. Because my old one, obviously, I had tons of Steam games installed, so I got a little bit lucky with that. Otherwise, it would have been a huge pain, but... actually, what ended up working, Dragon, was DX Wind. DXWND ended up working perfectly. I just had to, you know, configure it a little bit, and it worked just smooth as silk. So that worked, and it captures fine, and that's great. Although, yeah, but yeah, so that's why it's gonna be. I'm gonna be playing that at the end of the month. Why do you ask?
I mean, no offense, really. I'm just, well, curious.
My mother does, yes. I grew up on Narum, though.
On Narum? But that must have been horrible. I heard that Eterna don't have any rights in Narum and are treated like animals.
That's about right, I'm afraid. The Naramese blame the Eterna for about anything, even if the sun doesn't shine.
Huh, I see. That's so unfair. I'm glad it's different here on Enderal. You know, once this chaos in the world is over, I want to go travel myself. Who knows? Maybe a captain will hire me as a deckhand. Anyway, thanks for your time. Walk blessed.
Alright, thanks.
So many strange faces. Well, isn't it nice?
Okay, I need to find... What's her face? Man, where am I going to go looking?
Monsieur?
So, I need to find this person, Elia, who's either in the noble or the barracks quarters. I need the novice Elia. I didn't have to try it, Dragon, because before I was going to try Display Fusion, before I even had a chance to try it, it was working because of DX Wind. So I never had reason to try it.
I wish things were better.
And actually, I'm going to have to reinstall Borderless Gaming too because it was on Steam. But yeah, so I didn't have a chance to try that. I'm going up here in case anyone's curious because I'm looking to try to find Elia, and this is not the way to go. Oops. Sorry.
Yes. What are you doing?
The thing that freaked me out about it was that I started it running, and what it ended up doing, was
May your path always be you.
it basically made this character show up in Skyrim in some random tavern. And then I read up and did some research, and I found that the reason that was happening was because you needed to completely delete and uninstall Enderal, and then reinstall it, and then it would work. I had installed it, but I had kept the save games, but they said that you have to actually delete all the files, and then you can reinstall it, but it still keeps your save games. Which is, I have no idea what to make of that, but whatever. It is what it is.
My son, please don't me.
Alright, well, here's hoping she's here, because I don't think she's in the Noble's Quarter. Yeah. I mean, in a way I understand that people don't like the whole put the cursor to actually find where you're going type of thing, but yeah, I'm very, very seriously considering switching back over to XSplit. I'm not looking forward to that process. Get to rebuild all my scenes again. Working perfectly fine up until about 2 weeks ago. And then it just stopped working. Here.
I just don't see the point.
It's the labor I need. You were an aspirant. It's not the same thing. What? No.
Keep walking.
Aha! Found her. Magister Reagan said, "Are you okay?"
What? Did you say something?
What's the matter? Something wrong with you?
No, I'm perfectly fine. This is a grave. I'm kneeling in front of it. It couldn't be better. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that.
Nope.
I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
It's a cool outfit, though. A second. Okay. Whose grave
My
is this?
sister, Gadea.
Gadea, huh?
She... I don't know if you've heard about it, but there was this incident in the temple. The Red Madness.
Yeah, exactly, Dragon. Magister Euro.
And you've heard about it. My sister. She was a novice, just as I am. And she... You know, she met this boy. He was only of the manufacturer's path, and neither our parents nor the Holy Order have approved. She wanted to leave the city with him. Travel the lands. Just like in the Bard songs.
Man.
I called her a fool. I told her that it was our path to serve the Order, and that leaving here would be a sin. 3 days later it happened. She sat in the first row in Europe. You know.
Yep. So you blame yourself for her death.
You say it as if it were far-fetched. But it is my fault. Without me, she would be with that boy in Dunville. Building a new life.
I agree, Div.
It is my fault she was in the lecture that day. No matter how I twist and turn it. This is how it is.
The Magister Euro that they're talking about had the Red Madness, and he basically lost it and just blew away a bunch of his novitiates. So he just, I forget if it was like a fireball or what it is that he did. But he killed a bunch of them, including apparently this person's sister. And I'm on this quest because one of the other Magisters was looking for her because she was supposed to help him with some research thing. And was like, go find her because I don't know where she is. And so now I'm just hearing this story for the first time. Yeah, her voice acting is okay. But some of the voice acting is really good. It's boomy. Any games I recommend streaming? Games you like. Because the first order of streaming is that if you don't... You need to like the games that you stream. Don't go running after games that are not in a genre you like or not in a style that you like. You've gotta stream games that you like because that enthusiasm will come through. I happen to love RPGs and story-based games quite a bit. I love D&D, and I love, those kinds of related games, so I stream a lot of that stuff on my channel. I also like cooperative games. And then there's, I like Gran Turismo, which is kind of an exception, except it's not, because it's basically a role-playing game for cars. But anyway, so really streaming games that you like is a big deal. And beyond that, I don't really have any specific things to say except go with the thing that you enjoy the most and, keep it that way. Or stream Dark Souls, yeah. Well, let's see. Nobody could have seen that coming. If something is to blame, it is the Red Madness, or Euro himself.
Easy for you to say. Anyway, I should go back to the temple. Thank you for your words.
Okay, so tell Magister Reagan. Well, I mean, listen. Yes, it's... I see, that's the thing. I mean, is Overwatch popular, so a lot of people are streaming it? Yes. I would not go streaming a game because... Thank you for the follow, It's Boomy. You know, some people stream... I would not... Some people say I'm going to stream this game because it's popular and everyone's going to be streaming it. That's a mistake. You know, if you're going out of your way to stream a game because you think it's popular and that will get you more viewers, that's a mistake. But that really is the reverse of what you're talking about. If you like a particular game because it's your favorite game, then stream it. And eventually the game will do what it does. You know, eventually the game you will get an audience and you'll get people that will watch you because they enjoy watching you play a game that you like, or they won't.
The streets aren't safe this time of the day.
So that's what I would say, but you know, I would say always against the opposite, because I've definitely heard the advice, you know, well, stream this game because everyone's streaming it. That I do not agree with. But I think it is fair to say though that if you run into games that are, I hope I'm going the right way. Am I? I don't think I'm going the right way. If you're... Sorry, I'm trying to find where I'm actually going here. Not sure that I did that right. If you're trying to play games that are... If you have a set of games that you like equally, let's put it this way, like you like two games pretty much about the same, but there's one game that tends to get better numbers. Like, here's an example. Papers, Please is a game that did very well on my channel. It's not that long a game, but for whatever reason, people really dug it. I enjoyed streaming it, but it wasn't a game that I, off the top of my head, would have said, oh, this is the game that I'm going to play right off. And yet it was very popular. So if I was given a choice between playing that game or playing a game that was not like that, Sun Temple, where the flip? It is in the military barrack? Okay. I don't like the way that sometimes they handle some of the locations in Skyrim. I never have. But that's the key. Yeah, I did, Kilobyte. I had to uninstall and reinstall some stuff, but it took a while to do it. 13 followers, 40 views, and 2 streams, and looking to improve. Nice, It's Boomy. Yeah. I mean, listen, the key thing is, as you say, like, the best thing to do is to watch other streamers do what they do, and see what they do, and then sort of take it that way. I actually learned a lot about my own interest in streaming, came from the guy that I first started out with, and that was the guy that I watched, a guy named Catabasis. I watched him first and learned a lot of things from him. And then there's just other sort of dedicated streamers that I've really picked up on, and I like some of the ways that they handle things in their stream. And then beyond that, it's you know, personality. Like, as people will often know, will joke about with me, I hate horror games. I don't like being scared. I don't enjoy games like that, and so I'm not going to stream those games because that's not fun. And people are like, oh, it'll be hilarious to see you. Like, no, it wouldn't be. It would be me mad, and me mad, I'm not talking about, like, salty about a game and then it makes me mad and I do something different. I'm not talking about that. If it's me mad because I'm, like, genuinely unhappy, this is the way to go, because I'm genuinely unhappy, that is not going to lead to a good stream for anybody. So... You know, I'm sure I could get even more viewers on a short-term basis if I stream 5 Nights at Freddy's. Sure. But in the exchange for that, I would be not having a good time streaming. I wouldn't, in the long run, be presenting myself in the way that I want to, and so that's not good for me. Whereas this way, I've been able to, over time, gradually kind of, you know, stuff like that. I've been able to broaden my base of people, and that's been awesome by doing things the way I wanted to do them, so... Oh yeah, that does a kill. Hey, what's up, Shatter Mage? Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. Huzzah, you're home. Yes, Dragon, I got your message to immediately send you 2 copies of Bad Rats, and I wanted to let you know that as your friend, and as someone who's really appreciative of all the things that you've done, it's on its way. So I will absolutely be sending you 2 copies of Bad Rats very soon. definitely. I appreciate the message, too. I appreciate you being so clear. Because if you weren't clear, I might not have known. So I really appreciate you being clear about how you felt. ArvCon was a huge success, man. Like a huge, huge success.
This is holy.
It was a huge success, man. Yeah, I was very, very pleased with ArvCon. I really was. In fact, the only thing that's frustrating me at the moment with streaming is literally just OBS.
What?
So, other than that, I'm happy. Hey,
Walk blessed.
Elia's on her way back to the temple, you freaking inconsiderate, unsentimental, disconnected, unempathetic sot. She was in the graveyard mourning her sister.
Of course. Her sister. I completely forgot.
Exactly, Kel.
Oh, Euro, you damned old fool. I guess I should be lenient with her.
Yep.
Here, I think I owe you this for your time. Now, excuse me. We have a lot to do here.
Gave me some money. All right. Thanks, Broseph. Okay, so now we've got Search for Jesper and the Dancing Nomad, which I should probably do next. Then I got Wanted and Ark, Kill Pack. Ark's Last Watch. So some of these side quests. I did some main quest stuff here, so I need to deal with these things next. So let's pick up Jesper and the Dancing Nomad next. Oops.
What?
Makes sense.
What? Nice. Yeah, I've never streamed on console, it's Boomy, so I don't know. I don't know what the automatic systems are like. I've never streamed on Xbox, so I can't say. I know you've got a built-in audience over there of people who are console gamers, but I don't know a lot of details.
Good to see you.
Hi.
You. Good to see you.
That's very red hair. Okay. Let me make this a little bit easier by disconnecting all of this. Actually, I'll leave this on here. This makes it a lot easier to actually see. Yeah. This makes it a lot easier to see the particular quest that I'm looking for. Alright, barrack quarter. Let's do it. Just gonna get the desk and monitor. Nice. Yeah, a lot of it too, it's Boomy, is just building connections with your audience. Talking with chat is important. I don't understand streamers that don't interact with chat. Why are you streaming? I don't understand that. Like seriously, if you're not going to interact with chat, then you better be a dominantly good video game player. You better dominate at the video games you play, because otherwise there is no reason for people to watch you otherwise. You need to interact with chat. Like, that's why we do this. That's why I enjoy it, frankly. And so you need to be able to do that. Beyond that, a lot of it is just, you get better at streaming by streaming and by watching other people do it and by trying to pick up on what they do. Those are the two things, basically. Picking up on what they do and sort of just observing. And then over time, you become more comfortable with it. And, you know, all you have to do is like still have to kind of fiddle with some of the technical hurdles sometimes, like me yelling about OBS. But that's generally how you do it. Yeah, definitely. As you know, Kill, and I mean, I know you don't do this, but you do have to be careful not to do that too quickly, because sometimes you'll do that and you end up coming off as kind of, you know, like someone's like this, and you're like, oh, really? I stream that right now over at my channel. You know, so you have to be careful not to come on too strong, but I agree with that. A lot of it is just sort of forming those things. You streamed once and were silent. It's possible to do it. It's just very difficult to me. I've seen people stream without webcams, and that's possible to do. I think it's easier to stream with a webcam, but it's not requirement to do that. But I think it's very difficult to grab people if you don't at least have the voice. Just because it's like they're just watching. Yes. Why wouldn't they just watch a Uplay? See, to me, if you're going to watch a Uplay, like, you might as well just watch YouTube. Like, there's no real reason to watch Twitch. Despite what Twitch thinks about its archival work, there is no reason to watch Twitch if you're just going to be doing it to watch, you know, basically gameplay videos. So, you know, I don't understand it myself. There we go. Yeah, that's fine, Kill. But that's fine. What? Oh my god, one of these things.
Think about it, okay?
Well, should you be in here?
Wait a moment.
What the
You're an
frick?
outlander, aren't you?
This is awesome. Look at this thing. Hi. Well, wait. What are you?
As I said, the offer stands.
Oh, well.
As I said, the offer stands. Just think about it, okay?
That thing just walks up the stairs and just waits for people like, hey.
Walk blessed.
It's pretty sweet.
Maid! Stew!
Yep, goat
Roast
bulldog.
pork. Anyone?
Oh, nice. Check you out, Div. Check out the badass world record on this guy.
Wait a moment.
Yes, I'm an outlander.
You're an outlander, aren't you?
Okay.
In a bed. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance time.
You're not from around here, are you? I know that accent.
Check out the mutton chops.
In a bed. Sorry.
Oh my god, it's Wolverine. I am Hugh Jackman playing drums. Yep.
In a bed. Sorry.
Quasimodo with the moves.
In a bed. Sorry.
Gigantic mutton chops. You know, my dad, I remember I was actually talking with my daughter about this. My dad in the late 70s had the big time mutton chops. I don't know if you guys ever had this experience, but my my parents. Whoa, hello. Hi.
An outlander. Isn't this nice?
Anything going on down here? Can I help you out? But my whoa. Must be like right above me.
Now you're quite safe.
But my dad had the mutton chops, and I remember that when my dad shaved it off, because at the time, I think he shaved it off when I was still like 7, I was not a fan, because I had only ever known him looking like that. So when he shaved off the mutton chops, I was not happy with him at all. I'm like, what did you do with my dad?
Come on, take a seat.
And, but it reminded me very much, my daughter was, so I was joking with my daughter about that. She's like, Daddy, if you ever get rid of the beard, I was like, are you going to be happy? She's like, no. I was like, so I can't shave? She's like, no. So, throw coin.
So, tell me, how are you holding up? You must have been quite the whirlwind. Yesterday, a refugee from another country, and now a prodigy with a magic great enough to impress old Bushybeard.
Old Bushybeard. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of all this.
Good luck with that. I'm quite curious to see how things keep on with you. You're different. I noticed that the time we met.
Different.
Anyhow, tell me, what do you make of this country now that you've had some time to look around? I figure it must be quite the change from Nerim.
Well, you're right about that.
Shoot.
Recent events. So then, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I can picture that.
Whoa.
You know, this is exactly the reason why I love inns so much. The sky can rain fire out there. In here, you'll always meet laughter and good humor. Not to mention all the good-looking men and women.
Some of the ladies are not to be scoffed at, indeed. Well...
Absolutely. Though I think I've seen enough of this place by now. Of Enderal, I mean. There's a ship sailing for Calais next morning, and as it seems, it will be the last one for quite some time to come. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe they
that's
still
why
have cabin
Calais.
to spare for a handsome treasure hunter.
What? You want to leave? In spite of all that's happening?
Oh well. This entire thing was more a coincidence than planned anyhow. The Order needed someone with skill and discretion. I was around. End of story. I never intended to stick around for much longer.
Man, I thought Jesper and I were going to be bros.
Me as an ambassador of the Holy Order, could you imagine that? Not one step further, O fair maiden. Drop your garment so we may both bathe in Malphas's holy light.
That too. What's up, Muffin?
Actually, not that bad, don't you think?
Spoken like a true min-maxer. I mean, a true role player of... Aren't you a little too relaxed considering the world has fallen to pieces?
Well, what good is a frown anyway? What matters are results, not attitudes or intentions. What does the wise hermit say? Nothing is of less importance to the saved than the reason for their rescue.
Well, that's pretty
The
wise.
only difference between a mercenary like me and a holy warden is that I'm at least aware of the fact that I do what I do for myself, and no one else.
Why do you do what you do? What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that all those heroes and self-declared messiahs are no better than everyone else. In the end, we are all selfish, because we always act in accordance to what we think we have to be like.
Oh, God. I was having this discussion
So yes,
with
maybe the
overly
keeper
smart
saves the
people in
farmer
my
from the
freshman year
bandits.
of college.
But at the end of the day, he does it because he sees himself in a certain light.
So?
You know, the funny thing is that a lot of times, it's especially those who think of themselves driven by a higher purpose who are the really dangerous ones.
That's true, but I mean...
They don't understand what drives them, and that makes them easy to manipulate. The only thing left to do for the capable hate-monger or tyrant is to somehow combine his own ambitions with the mental image of this person. And presto, you've got your perfect puppet, only waiting to dive into the next hail of arrows for their honor, their religion, or whatever they thought of this time. It's just so... idiotic, you know? The world would be a much better place if everyone could just acknowledge that the only reason we're here is that we want to be happy.
Yeah. I've run into this exact same attitude. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to respond to Acid McTiggs and let him know that I can see. I really wish that my chat program, TC, would allow me to restrict whispers. I don't want to restrict whispers on Twitch. I just don't want them to show up on my chat channel. My chat program, TC, would allow me to restrict... Thank you for the host, BB Wolf. Oh, there you are, Acid. I was just going to say, I will respond to that at some later date, but I don't have a way to restrict whispers right now on my chat program, so... But actually, if you're here already, then I can just tell you this, because it's not like there's a secret. Because he's talking about ArfCon, is what Acid McTix is talking. I just had the idea a couple of years ago, and I knew at that point that I had been streaming for a few years, and I had a community built up. At the time when I first did ArfCon, I think I want to say I had maybe, oh gosh, maybe I had over 2,000 followers. I don't remember what I had, but maybe 2,200, 2,300. Now I have over 4,300, actually closing in on 4,400. And I had a community that I knew I could build on, and I knew that I had people that I could talk to. I had some people who were musicians that I could chat with. I knew that I could get some of the people that I was doing D&D with to help, stuff like that. But that was before the our vocalists, the the voice acting team was a thing. That was before I really had any big connections with companies. I had some, but not a lot of them. And so then last year I was able to up the ante. I had some, more guests that I could bring in to do various things. And then obviously this year, now I have a fair bit of contacts with companies, and this is the first time that I felt like I had the guts to reach out and say, would you be willing to sponsor us? And I did. And I did the same thing with Cubicle 7, by the way. Cubicle 7, which is sponsoring our Tolkien campaign. I went to them and I said, you know what, I have this viewership. I have these people that know me as a D&D player and a D&D GM and as an author. These are the events that I've run. I love your system. I want to run it with these people. And they immediately were like, yes, we'd be happy to sponsor you. Immediately, because they could put two and two together and see that it would be a big thing. So a lot of it was just approaching them. But I think early on, especially when you're first doing it, number one, I don't think you should do it too often. I don't think, if I was doing ArfCon like 4 times a year, I don't think it would have the same effect. Doing it once a year allows people to kind of get geared up for it. Excuse me. Especially because some of the stuff that I do with the Patreon is stuff that I don't want to double dip. It's hard for me to ask people, please give me a lot more to the Patreon and also give money to raise for charity. So it helps to have it be a limited event that everyone knows about, they gear up for. Especially you can swing getting guests on your show much more when they know it's just a one-time commitment. And if they think of it on a yearly basis, a lot of them do come back year after year. But they know it's a year away, and that gives them some time to, reset and stuff. But the other thing about it is to get your community behind you. to get, not, it's great that you have friends doing it, but to get viewers behind you, to get chat behind you, to let them know why you're doing this, to find a charity that you believe in, and there's a lot of great ones out there, and to be able to get them behind what it is that you do. There was one that I saw was raising money, I think, for public television. I want to say this is 6 months to a year ago, and that did super well because they were able to talk to people about why public television matters and why it's important, so that helps also. And yes, well, right, so it was my idea to sort of connect it with the charity thing, but at some point we were bringing it up, and you're right, it was you and somebody else, and I can't remember who else it was, who was like, I think it might have been Jedi Knight? I can't remember, but it was you and someone else, Dragon, who was like, you know, well, I'd totally go to that, you should have an ArvCon. So then I was like, an ArvCon. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, we should do something like that. I'm like, but I don't want to just, you know, actually, I think we could do a virtual con, but we should do it to raise money for charity. And that was a couple years ago, and it was right after my my dog had died. And I was like, I didn't know what I was raising money for, really, at the time. But I just started to put it together, and I said, this is the thing that I think would be really useful, would be to be able to raise money for a charity that I believe in. And I did a good bit of research, actually, on it. So I would say getting the community behind you, making sure that you have some context set up, having some special events, and making sure that it's a novelty, that every time you do it, it's once a year, maybe twice a year, and that's it. One of the things that I find happens with, for example, all the stuff with the Extra Life stuff. Now, I know a lot of people, including Shattermage, actually, raises money for Extra Life, which is a great charity. And I think it's awesome that he does it, but I didn't want to do that because people like Shattermage are doing it. You know, like everybody raises money for Extra Life. So first of all, I didn't think that I needed to be one of the thousands raising money for it, but also I felt like there were so many of them that it was no longer, like people weren't going, oh, I'm going to go there to do this. Whereas during ArvCon, there was no one else raising money for the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation the same time I was. So that meant that people were coming to my channel first. And that's important because it focuses the event, right? It means that everyone goes, this is where we're going. We're all pulling on the tug-of-war rope together. And they're doing it in one channel in one place. So that was helpful for that. And as a nice little secondary benefit, it also was good for the channel. You know, I got probably close to 100 followers during those 3 days. You know, picked up a lot of interest from people who talked to me about being on ArvCon in the future and stuff like that. So, you know, it had a nice little side benefit. But the primary benefit was that it got more money to the charity because everyone was focused in this one spot. And so, yeah. Jedi Knight has a lot of great ideas. Well, thank you, Acid. I appreciate that. But I mean, and also, you know, what Kilobyte just said and what Dragonspear said, also being willing to find a good idea. You know, it was Jedi Knight's idea to have me do the character background for people. It's a great idea. He's like, you're a writer. You can do this quickly. It's an value-added thing for them. They get to have a character background written. You can do it as part of your creative streams. I was like, you're right. It was a great idea. Kilobyte's doing the Talisman tournament. I was like, that's an amazing idea. I love tournaments, and having Talisman, which is one of my favorite board games, yeah, hell yeah, it's perfect. So being also willing to gather people around you, this is the biggest thing. Gathering people around you that are also dedicated to what you are, hopefully that are smart, you know, and that are really committed to the things you're committed to makes a huge difference. So anyway, rather a long-winded reproach. I think I just said more by accident. How can you be so sure there's no other purpose in our life, no other reason for our existence?
I don't know. Call it a feeling. But if there is such a thing as a universal point to our lives, then I'm pretty sure we won't find it within the pre-digested philosophies or religions most people believe in. And
My
hey,
pleasure,
I'd be
Acid.
the
And
last
good luck
one
with
to
it,
reject
definitely. I
this
mean,
great
I'm
truth if she
more,
were to knock
you know,
on my
charity
door
streams
naked
that have a
tits
positive
gently.
effect are good
But
ones.
until then, I'd rather try and find my own answers.
Good grief. What kind of a line is that? Yeah, exactly, Kill. I also think, you know, by the way, in just a larger sense, I also think that I have a very low tolerance for trolls. And the thing is, I have a different standard for trolls. Some people are like, oh, trolls are people who make jokes. I'm like, that's not a troll. A troll is someone who comes on and tries to make the channel all about them. So, for example, we were doing ArvCon, and someone jumped on, and they started posting a bunch of, like, oh, this is a charity stream, and then they were, like, spammed, like, give 5,000 to ArvCon, give 5,000 to ArvCon, and they just kept spamming it over and over again. So we timed him out and then banned him. Because I have no interest in wasting my time with people who decide that they're going to make a stream all about them. I don't want to have a discussion with them. I don't want to be like, oh, if you learn. Some people are different about this. There are other people I know who I think are good streamers who their reaction to it is, oh, I'll kind of play around with it. And not me. And the reason I'm not that way is because the tone I'm trying to set for the channel is a family-friendly, largely, channel which has got a good sense of humor and a lot of fun. It's a channel, but it's also a channel that is a place that's welcoming, right? It's very important to me to have a channel that reflects my own belief in community and communication. And you don't do that when you have a bunch of people that you spend a bunch of time sort of yelling at. And I know there's some, or sort of bantering at, but it's kind of unpleasant bantering. I love banter. I do not love bantering, which has always got this little sarcastic edge to it. And I know, I was thinking of one streamer in particular who had these friends come in, and his favorite line is like, oh, it's jokes, it's jokes. I hate that line. Because jokes is diminishing the rudeness of what this particular person, it doesn't matter who it was saying, right? So, and that's just a more general comment than just ArvCon, but setting the tone really makes a difference. And that doesn't mean you have to be draconian. It just means you're like, look, this is the way we do things here. If you don't like it, you know, we do things by being a family and working together. If you're not cool with that, and if you want to make the channel about you and point at yourself and jump around and act like a 3-year-old, then you're banned permanently and you can go find someone else. What's up, Graydon? Oh, God, Graydon. Oh, my God, dude. It's just a prank. It's just a prank, bro. I'm like, it's a stupid prank. It's dumb and it's not funny and it's hurtful. Look, it's just a fist in your face, bro. Like, how would that go over, you know? Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I beat us mods. I do want to make... Actually, I know I'm sorry. I should be playing more than I'm talking about this, but this is the other thing, is that it's really important to have great mods. Hold on. I want to make sure that I'm on that side when I do this. It's also important to have great mods. I'm very lucky because I have what I think are the best mods in the business. They're great mods. They really are. And they're great mods because they care about the channel and they get, you know, everyone's sense of humor, and they know when, you know, there's something which is clearly beyond the line, and they know that I'm not going to be a fan of hugely sexualized humor. I'm not going to be a fan of, you know, I'm not a fan of gay bashing. I'm not going to be a fan of LGBT of any kind bashing, or frankly bashing of anyone. I don't find jokes that have like a racist tinge to be funny. They're not funny. So they know what I want on the channel and what I don't, and they're great. They're the best. So it is an ARV. I know it's a rant. You are in the midst of an ARV rant. Oh man. You're right, Shadow. You're right. They also do stuff like that, which makes me laugh.
Yeah. Seek bliss and avoid pain, as the wise hermit likes to say. And believe me, once you realize that that's how people just work,
true,
life is a lot better.
Oh, I mean, we've had one or two over the years, Snip, but not too many, honestly. Like, most of them, they either leave of their own accord. I very rarely have had to have... There's two people I can think of, maybe, that have been kind of an issue, and both of those people left of their own accord. Like, I didn't even have to kick them out. They were just like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, have fun with the rest of Twitch. I mean, the point is, there's plenty of places where you can go and you can, you know, throw around leet speak, and you can swear and be racist and yell at people and do everything. I mean, if that's what you love, God bless you, but that's not the way I want to run things here. You have to have some kind of goal in your life, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do. And this goal is called surviving. And if possible, to be able to enjoy a good glass of wine or an exciting night from time to time.
Just to be clear, what you're saying is that we're all egoists, even the people others call heroes? Just to be clear, what you're saying is college freshman philosophy, right?
Oh, Blazes, you make it sound so dramatic. Doing something for your own sake doesn't make you selfish. But yeah, basically that's it.
Maybe I didn't say every single solitary syllable, but I basically said it, yeah. I don't know, but to me, seeing the world like that sounds kind of empty.
If you say so. In any case, what is empty is my glass of wine, which is why I'll take my leave now. I very much enjoyed our talk, but the ship to Killet leaves before the first Cox Pro tomorrow, and I want some more time to think about it.
Oh God, no, I'm not going to come on to you. Do that, I'll see you around.
Keep your chin up.
Where did I put that?
Nice. I mean, I like Jesper. Jesper saved my ass back there, but I'm not going to, I'm not coming on to him. I'm not interested there, so. Okay, let's do a couple of these other ones here. let's try Wanted and Ark next. See if we can kill Pack-Pack. The problem is I'm going to have to travel a little bit for this one, but that's okay.
Malfash's blessings.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this quite a bit when it comes to things like, for example, I've talked about this quite a bit with the AGDQ chat. You know, the Games Done Quick stuff does amazing work for charity. They raised last year millions of dollars, over, I don't remember how much, but over $1 million anyway, for one of my favorite charities, Doctors Without Borders, which I think is an amazing charity, which really focuses on what matters, which is the people, irrespective of political divisions. But their chat is garbage. I mean, their chat is a steaming cesspool, right? It's the worst of what Twitch has to offer. And so, you know, like, I admire what they're doing. I don't admire the people that they're involved with, frankly, and I never have been. So, yeah, you know.
Greetings.
Thank you for the follow, Comview. Welcome to the Arbonauts.
Light fades away at the end.
Who's opening a restaurant? Oh, you're talking about Xanos? Well, see, Xanos... Whoa. What? What the flip? I literally was walking past this guy, and it's like, figure out why he has bad temper. I literally just walked past him, and it's like, starting a quest. I'm like, what? Okay. What's up, Dunsel? How you doing, man? You've been listening to the Arv rant. Oh, nice, nice. Welcome in, dude. Yeah, a snip. Xanos was a different situation, I think. Xanos is... I can vouch for Xanos myself, because I spoke to him quite a bit off stream. He was one of the old guard, who was around, you know, back in 2011, 2012 on Catabasis' channel. I think Xanos was a cool dude. I do think that people could take him the wrong way, and I sometimes have to be careful with that. Mano is someone like that. Mr. Mano's a really good guy, actually. It's just if you ever actually tell him that, like, he doesn't want anyone to know, basically. I know he's a really good guy for reasons I can't get into. So, like, basically, he doesn't want to hear about it. So, in a way, I think the sort of trolldom that Mano does sometimes, I think sometimes people can be like, wait, where's this guy coming from? He's a good guy. But I sometimes have to sort of be like, so because these people are new and they won't know, don't, you know, let's not overdo it here. And so with some of those people, you sort of not look the other way, but, you know, if they go over the line, then you have to call them out on it, but that's a little bit different. But I would point out also that in all those cases, those people got to be known by members of the community before anything like that slightly untoward happened. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like they just walked into your chat immediately. They were like, oh, F this, screw this, you know, and so on. So it's a little bit different. Exactly, Dunslick. Yeah. That's right. He's like your Uncle Joe. You know, everyone loves Uncle Joe, but Uncle Joe says some stuff that he shouldn't. Also, I am a raisinist, yes. All right, why are you angry since I wasn't even going to start your quest? Are you all right? You look a little distraught.
And if I am, what is it to you? Listen, I know you mean well, but not now. Please, not now.
Maybe I could help.
Huh, help. Who are you, Lorem Waterblade reincarnated? Aye, maybe you could help me, but I think we both know what that really means. You want money. Everyone wants money. It's all that keeps this bloody world moving. That bastard Golfer proved it. I shouldn't talk like this to you. But still, please, just let me be. Just go.
Search Golfer Silverlord's assortment of goods for things which could belong to Mayogar Arbor. How would I know that? Really? How would I know that? Like, seriously, I'm just like, oh, Golfer, you must be referring to Silver Blood, blah, 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 blah. Like, what? All right, bro. Well, I wasn't going to do another quest just randomly walking past, but I guess I'll go do that first. I do wish that you could actually move forward while the map was up, because it would be a lot easier sometimes to handle things. That's troubling. Good.
Yes?
Well, in fairness, the Xanos sword was kind of an inside joke because I felt that Xanos would be fine as a mod, but I also did it because the minute I did that, he had to be on his best behavior, and it killed him. He knew that too. Like, I gave it to him. He's like, oh, God damn it. And, you know, then he means he had to be, and he was. He had to be on his best behavior at that point. Oh, this guy. What's up, golfer?
Uh-huh.
Where's for sale?
I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
Yes, you have heard right.
Information? What do you mean?
I'm an adventurer. I wager that you, as a merchant, overhear a lot of useful things.
Let me see. That's not very much, but fine.
Right.
A couple of moons ago, I had a really
All right, then,
strange
Shatter.
guy as a customer. He wore 2 sabers.
Right. It all
like
comes
those
from the
cold
top, Div.
people do, but when he moved, he was really swift about it. Like he was some kind of thief. I think he was an assassin, as they call
Assassin.
them. Quiranian contract killers. You can hide within a fortress, but they'll find you. Somehow break into your room and kill you in your sleep. And unlike those everyday scroungers, they know how to wield a sword, like Loram Waterblade did. Who knows? Maybe that'll help you. What? That wasn't enough? Huh. Nothing unusual, you could say. Green
Already
fire,
got this.
lightning, the living dead rising from the ground. Oh, no, I just put them out for you. Walk blessed.
So what am I supposed to do? Searches assortment of goods. Okay.
Uh-huh. No, I just
Let's see
put
what we
them
got.
out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
Ooh, what is this? Let me check that. OBS 32 on your 64-bit machine. Interesting. Shadowed, that's awesome, dude. Could you do me a favor while I'm streaming? And again, don't like spend a lot of time on this, but could you check and see if I can transfer OBS scenes from 64 to 32-bit? Could you see if I could do that? I mean, if I can't, I can't, and I would even consider rebuilding it, but that would be really useful if you could find that out for me. If not, I'll check it out afterwards, but thanks. That's interesting. I hadn't seen that one. Okay, so where am I going to find this thing? Blah, blah, blah. Lobo? You should automatically pick it up. That's really interesting. Oh wait, god damn it. This is what I wanted. Alright, I'm gonna actually check that in a second, Shadow. That's really helpful. Thank you. And there is a 32-bit OBS Studio, right? OBS Studio has a 32-bit version, yes? Does it? How am I supposed to know what he has that's like belongs to this dude? Pretty sure. Okay. Thanks, dude. Wow. I may I wonder whether I could pick that up. All right, I may check that out in a minute, because that would be boy, if that was all it was and I had to go down to 32-bit, hell yeah. It still doesn't explain why it all of a sudden started to do it, but whatever. Like, I don't care. I don't understand how I'm supposed to be looking. What does this guy want me to do? I don't get it. Look at his goods? How am I supposed to know? Maybe I need to go back and ask him? Like, what? I've already read these, right? I'm gonna look behind your place, because I don't know what your deal is.
Greetings.
Monsieur? Yeah? What do you want?
I am so confused about what... I mean... He mentioned that certain golfers prove that money is all that counts from in the end. Search Golfer's Silverlord's assortment of goods for things that could belong to Miogard Ironford. Should I just buy all the iron stuff? Alright, thanks, Shadowed.
Uh-huh. Now, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it.
I have no idea what this guy wants me to do. Ironford's loot! There it is! There it is! Yeah, I found his loot!
I just don't see the fucking point.
Found his loot. Guy sold his loot! Can't be having that. Can't have that. Oh god, I'll tell you what. Whoa. Whoa, what? Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that would be amazing. Loot as in loot gnome, Killbite. Unnerved, exhausted sigh.
Melt away in rapture as a crunchy loaf of bread wanders from my hands into yours.
My
sir.
My sir. I'm not sure about the whole my sir, my dame thing.
Don't look at me like that.
The heck?
Looking for trouble, huh?
Hello.
There's that dude.
Hmm?
Really? Any chance this has to do with your anger? I'm gonna check that in a minute, Shadowed.
That? By Malthus, where did you get that? You didn't buy it from that cutthroat, did you? Please, let me see it. I need to know it's real.
Only if you tell me what all this is about in return.
Aye, of course. By the name of the sun, yes, that's hers. And Vera was right.
I think not, Killbite. You're welcome. Who is Bella, your companion?
What? No, Bella, she was my daughter. She left us one moon's turn and a day ago now.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to her?
Flesh maggots. She... A week before we found out, she had met this young man, you know? Oh, you should have seen her. There was so much life in her, so much joy. And then, all of a sudden... No, it just isn't fair.
My condolences. For what it's worth, I've lost a good friend as well not too long ago.
You did? I'm sorry to hear that. She was a poet, you know. She could play the lute and sing like no other. And she even taught herself how to write. Vera, my companion, and I, we thought she would one day travel through the lands and become a bard. Ah, what am I saying? I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to me grieving. But in case you want to know how her lute ended up in that bastard's hands, we had debts.
Debts.
And only 3 weeks after Bella left us, a Duneville caravan that carried a year's load of iron for us got robbed.
Yes,
But
I
of
have
course,
no doubt.
Neither that nor our loss made any difference to that cutthroat golfer, and he threatened
Oh
to
my
get me thrown
goodness.
into jail if I wouldn't pay.
Chrono
for the first
raid.
day of Star Summer Night.
Small
Now,
raid.
I suppose you can connect the dots.
Small
for
raids
yourself.
are good raids too. What's
The
up,
loot was
Azia?
precious, and we didn't have a choice. But still, it felt like selling a part of her.
What's up, Azia?
And
What's up,
until now, we
Hovenal?
had nothing left of her.
Sorry, I was in the middle of this conversation. What's up, Azia? What's up, Hovenal? And what's up, Chrono Wolf? What's going on, my friend? Chrono Wolf, who is the, of course, one of the fine musicians. I continue to be amazed. You know, I was listening to this earlier today, if Chrono Wolf is here. And I'll tell you what, Matt, I was listening to you doing that thing live from the Hotel of Momocon. The audio really came out well, man. The audio really came out well. You were playing some Skyrim? I was playing Enderal, dude. This is Enderal. You got to check out Enderal, man. It's good. It's definitely good. You can keep the loot if you wait. If you want to, it's a present.
Yes, that's very generous of you, really. Thank you.
What's up, Spurious? Thanks, man. What
Her
casket?
treasure chest, that's what she called it. She kept her songs and poems in there, and she would never show anything to anyone unless she considered it perfect. You know how poets are. And now she's gone, and only she knows how to open the casket.
Yeah, it went really well. But you're a locksmith, aren't you? You should know how to get it open, too.
Aye, I should.
What's up,
But
Elias?
the casket was a present I made for her myself, and I made the lock special. It's a complicated mechanism, but simply put, there are 4 bolts that need to be pushed in a certain order, and only then will it open. Of course, I could smash it, but who knows what would happen to her things. If I somehow destroyed them, I would never forgive myself.
I see. And that inscription, that carving on the back of the loot, that has something to do with how to open the casket, right?
Yes, left, right, left, down. But that's not all. The bolts have to be pushed 12 times.
So we're missing 8 hints. Do you know if your daughter left more clues about them somewhere else?
Aye, I'm quite sure she did. Vera and I have ideas as to where, but at the moment I can't afford to spend a single day without work.
Very true, Azia.
Look, you were very generous to me. I know it's a lot to ask for, but do you think you could help us find the other hints?
Well, I am honored, Chrono. I'll see what I can do.
Ah, thank you. I'm not asking this lightly, but you seem like a good fellow.
I'm
That is
honored.
rare these days. Bella loved this book of
But again, I
poetry,
recommend
The Red
Enderal.
Balance.
It's free.
And there
So
was
this
one
is like
particular
basically
edition she always
a
rented from
total
the art
conversion,
library.
essentially.
I hardly have any coin left to borrow it, but I'm almost sure she left a hint there.
I see. What about the last one?
Aye, there was a place Bella always visited when she had spare time. She worked on her poems there, I think. It's not far from the harbor. Do you have a map? There. If she left another clue, it must have been there.
Wow. So we got ourselves... Literally, I was just walking past this dude. That was literally all I was doing, was walking past this dude. Okay, I'll deal with that later. I was walking past him, and it's like, find out why he's angry. I'm like, what? Okay. I saw the rim shot thing. I don't know, my chat's not frozen. Okay, so let me find this thing again. Where did you put this? C program, where did you say it was? Okay, C program files. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Not that. Okay. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna just double check this quickly and see about the 32-bit. Okay, program files, x86, OBS Studio, bin, 32-bit. Aha. So Shadow, do you know if I can run these things simultaneously? Oh, really? It's starting a week from this Tuesday. I have that confirmed now. It is starting a week from this coming Tuesday. So the 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern will be session number 1. And by the way, the name of the campaign is Tales from the Wilderland. So I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, censorship. I'm like, I don't want anybody to know. So, yeah, can I run these simultaneously, do you know? Or is that going to break something, Shadowed? Do you happen to know? Because, boy, would I love to do that. If I could get this working and not have this desync problem happening anymore. Oh, man, it'd be the best. But I don't want to do it if it's going to break anything. Uh-oh. That means that you don't know because you're like, wait, what? The only reason I'm asking you is because you're looking at it right now. I mean... I don't know. Maybe I should wait and do this before... Set this up for before tomorrow. Oh, cool. Yeah. It's happening on Tuesday. It will run them side by side. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to write myself a note, and I will do this after stream, setting up for tomorrow's stream. Boy, oh man, Shadowed. If that works, you are my hero. I mean, you're my hero anyway, but, you know, my double hero. Double hero. Hero-tality. Okay, 32 bits. Okay, lovely. All right, but we'll deal with that now, because you guys came here not to watch me install new OBS systems. You guys came here to watch me play some games. So I'm going to go back into Enderal. I've got about another half hour or so in me tonight before I have to sign off for the evening. I'll tell you what else, guys, so I can continue to be mysterious. Not only is the Tolkien campaign happening and Talisman happening, which I'm very excited about, as you guys know, the tournament, but also... I got some news today about an extremely exciting writing thing, which, again, I'm not at liberty to talk about yet. But if this goes through, it would be a very, very big deal. And it's especially interesting because it's coming up regarding... It's happening with something that I didn't think was going to be... This particular project was something that I thought was not exactly dead, but I thought it was a very long-term thing that might never bear fruit. And it might bear fruit now, which would be super exciting. So, the campaign is called, you know what, give me a second until I'm into the game, when I have this game loaded, and I'll tell you exactly what the title is, Killbite. Let's make sure. Yeah, exactly, Azia. I like to be cryptic. No, it's you know, I'm giving people some things to kind of, some things to be, maintain their interests. What does that mean? What does he mean by that? Okay. It is called... It is called Wilderland Adventures. Wilderland Adventures. That's what it's called. These books are so gorgeous. I want them to send me the physical book. Get me the physical book! I only have the PDF yet because they do something, Cubicle 7 does something extremely smart, which is, and it's something that WotC should be doing already, and it is that they, if you buy a copy, in fact, I'll tell you guys a funny story. So, if you buy a copy of the physical book, they will immediately give you the PDF book for free, and in fact, if you pre-order the physical copy, they will send you the PDF ahead of time. So I ended up pre-ordering the I bought the Player's Guide live and in person, at this game store. Well, actually at a convention that had in a dealer's room. And then I loved it so much that I was so excited about it that I got the Lore Master's Guide, I think directly from Cubicle 7, and I pre-ordered it from them, and they said, great, here, have the PDF immediately, like within a day. And then they sent me the Lore Master's Guide as soon as it was available, which was like within a week or so. Same thing with Wilderland. So I have the Wilderland Adventures, and now they're going to be sending me the book also. So here's the funny story. I was talking to the guy when I bought this from the game store, and from the convention in the dealer's room. And I bought the player's guide, and I was talking about the WotC thing. He's like, well, this is the owner of the store. He's like, well, why would anyone do that? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, why would they sell it to you? I mean, it's a totally different product. I'm like, it's not a different product. One is delivered in a digital medium. One is delivered in a physical medium. He's like, well, it's the same thing. And at a certain point in my mind, I'm like, dude, don't tell me my business. Like, I publish work digitally and physically. I know very well what each one of them costs. It's not true that people should get digital things for like 2 cents and spend $10 for physical. That's not true, because the digital stuff is not just about cost of delivery and storage. It's also about the work that the author does, the editor does, the publicist, all that stuff. But having said that, it's just factually wrong to say that this $15 physical book is worth the same as a fully digital copy, which doesn't have any storage or anything at all. So of course it should be less. So if you don't want to give people the PDF for free, then at least give it to them for a discounted amount or something. But the guy was being very, very aggressive about it. Like he was not aggressive, but he was very like, well, but this is what it's like. He's like, and he's like, at some point he's like, well, the thing is people just want a free ride. And I'm like, dude, first of all, I'm thinking to myself, I'm standing here holding a copy of this $40 book or whatever it is. And like, I'm not sure that if I, as a store owner, would be getting into a battle with someone that is clearly standing there ready to buy something from you. I'm not sure that I would be going into an argument with him, but leave that aside, whatever. But the other thing was that it seemed very personal. Like, he's just like, I don't know why they would say that. I'm like, everyone wants a free ride. And I'm like, I don't want a free ride. I spend tons of money. I'm like, but every month on my channel, I showcase Dungeons and Dragons, right, to a number of different viewers. At the Open Legend event, we had 160 people in there for 4 hours. At the Ed Greenwood event, we had something on the order of 375 to 400 people over the course of 4 hours or so. All of those are people that not only like this work, but are going to go out and buy the stuff later on, right? So it's just obvious to me that if you sell someone something in a physical copy, you ought to give them the PDF copy for free. So we get to this big discussion, right? Literally after it's done, he's like, okay, he's like, well, all right, so we finish up the discussion. He's like, all right, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to buy this. I buy the book from him, and he's like, all right, thank you. He's like, and here, and he hands me this card, and he says, we're part of the brick and mortar program, or the mortar and pestle I don't remember what the hell they called it, but it's some program that Cubicle 7 has with a bunch of game stores, which says, if you buy this from us, we will send you the PDF copy. And I'm like, wait. So you just gave me a card that means that I'll be able to get the PDF copy for free. He's like, yeah. This is the same guy that for 10 minutes was arguing with me about why would anyone ever give you the PDF copy for free after you just bought the physical. And literally almost as if he was like he's like, all right, and here's this card. I'm like, I literally just sort of stared at him and I'm like, thank you. I was just like, what the and he wasn't even acting like, and it was so weird because he wasn't even acting like he was completely deadpan. He's like, oh, in here, like totally normal. And I'm like, were you possessed for about like 10 minutes? Did the spirit of microtransactions enter you for 10 minutes? And then all of a sudden, like Blizzard left you and went to somewhere else. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But like, what the it was really bizarre. I don't understand. And it was so weird that for a minute I was like, okay, well maybe I'm the dumb guy. I'm like, I must have forgotten something, obviously, because I mean, who would do that, And I'm like, what? It was really, really random. I don't know. It was all a test. Yes. Oh, hi. Hello. Excuse me. Pardon me. Can you... Yeah, thanks. The spirit of microtransaction. I don't know. It was very random. I'm also very lost. The devil am I going? Is that what I had up next was Kill Pack Pack? It is Kill Pack Pack. I need to get out of here is what I need. Oh god, that's not gonna... No. No one saw that. No one saw that. I'm just gonna eat some food. Gonna talk about the weather. How's the weather? How's the weather? How's everyone feeling about the weather? God damn it, where are my consumables? Oh god. Forgot about that. That learning points book. Woo! Yeah, I know, right? Exactly the mind. Well, see, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, Div. You may very well be right. I don't agree with him for the reasons that I just expressed. Like, I think he's completely wrong, for reasons that I talked about. But even if that's true, why would you then literally stand up and present me a car? Like, it's one of those like old advertisements. Like, was this trip really necessary? Like, do we need to go through all of what we just went through just so that at the end of it you could be like, all right, cool. So yeah, let's talk about what happened here. Just can't go in there. It's really strange. And clearly he didn't seem to understand. He was like, oh, you know,
Boy,
I don't think he got the idea. He's just sort of like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Looking for trouble, huh?
In the name of God, where is the freaking signpost? It's okay when he does it. Is that what it is?
You. Do you need something?
Oh, this guy.
I need some time for myself.
There's a signpost. God, it took long enough. Okay, we need the Mire Tower. Yeah, but it doesn't... I understand that, Div, but it doesn't explain... I mean, he literally acted like he hadn't just had the conversation with me. Like, why wouldn't you just slip the card? Like, on the card, it said what the deal was. So, just put the card in the bag. You know what I mean? Like, after you do that, don't be like... You're like, because literally, he said it like this. He literally was like... After that whole discussion, he literally hands the card to me, and he's just like... and he's like, okay, great. So, you know, just email us a couple days from now. We're part of this program with Cubicle 7. Send us this deal, and then we'll send you a PDF. As if I had been talking with him about, like, how awesome it is to watch D&D on Twitch or something. Like, something completely unrelated. And then goes into this. Instead of having literally been ranting for 10 minutes about why it's bad that people, you know, expect companies to do this, and then hands me a card being like, okay, here's this company doing it. You know?
Yes?
Put the card in the bag and nobody gets hurt.
Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed? Sure.
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going yet. I don't know where I'm going. I need to find out where I'm going. Okay. Where am I going? Where's Pack? Okay, Heartland Border. Oh, I need to go there anyway. Alright. Heartland Border it is, then.
Sure. Where to?
He wanted to make me feel bad? I don't think so. I think he just had a brain fart, and he just wasn't paying attention to how one of these things is not like the other. He just wanted to talk to someone. It was so funny. Like, first it was funny that he was being as aggressive as he was and being like, well, no. I mean, it's like, because basically he was kind of being insulting, right? He's like, well, I mean, customers just, you know, people want a free ride. And I'm like, first of all, no. And secondly, even if that were true, you think it's kind of not the best idea to be telling the customer standing in front of you that a customer wants a free ride? Do you think that's maybe not the wisest decision of all time? What is going on?
Focus, Kalia. Focus.
What the crap is going on? Who are all these people? I am so confused. What is going on? Why did you just run past me? Who are these people? What's going on here? Hey, come back here. What is this focus thing? Who are you? Hey. Hey. Who are you? Talk to me. Talk to me. Who are you? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Don't make me... What's that tattoo? Stop. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I will. Don't tell you I won't. Hey. Don't lag out on me. Talk to me. Talk to... Yeah, but... I mean, maybe this is just a big... But it was just weird, because she just, like, ran forward, and she's just like, She's like that guy. She's like this guy that I was just talking about. Okay. No, she wasn't like that guy. Yeah, see, exactly, Izzy. Exactly. Now I know how that salesman felt. Oh, man. I just... So confused. It's really... Okay. Where's Pak here? Whoops. No. Okay. There we go. Maybe the salesman was a robot. I mean, maybe. Oh, nope, nope. No, I don't want to talk to you yet.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Crap.
You're the prodigy.
Trying to do another side quest first, bro.
Else. I hope you're aware of what you're getting yourself into.
I guess that's what happened.
Our novices
They are
trained
super
for
comfy,
years
let me
for
tell
this
you.
trial. And
Super comfy.
As much as I respect the Grand Master, I think this is naive. In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that.
That's cool. Can I do my side quest first? The way the Grandmaster put it, I don't seem to have much of a choice if we want to keep living.
How selfless of you. But as you wish. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first Pathless in the history of the Order to a keeper.
Jesus, dude.
The others will scream for joy. Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades. I have to go prepare something.
Talk to the other examinees. I will do that, but I'm first going to do a side quest. That's how this goes. Excuse me. Okay, I'll be back, guys. Exactly. Screw you, Mr. Sarcasm. Exactly. Alright, I'll be back. If you guys want to help me fight Pak, that'll be awesome. Whoa. Where'd my guy go? Damn it. Okay, let's do it. What? Oh, crazy talk. This is some of those magic, basically magic mushrooms, essentially. Oh god. A pus beetle? The hell is a pus beetle? Jesus, a pus beetle. Oh god! Suck it, pus beetle. I'm pretty low on food, actually. It's exactly what you think it is, yeah. Exactly. What's up, Lego? Tell us about your personal experiences. Well, it all began one day when I was playing Skyrim, and that was literally the end of my... Someone shot at me. Oh god, what the... Oh boy. It's bad. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, I need that. I need that. This is very bad. This is not going to do... This is going to be bad for... Wow. These marauders, though. Damn, man. Alright, well... I better have some of that ambrosia, because my fever is kind of high, my arcane fever. I did watch some of the D&D stream, yes. I did. I saw a little bit of dice camera action, I think it is. I saw a little bit of that, and then I watched a little bit this evening. I watched a little bit of the one-shot with Taliesin Jaffe and Satine Phoenix and all that crew over there, which was interesting. Okay, we're doing that. Ambrosia. Little late, Ice Elemental. Little late. You won the bet? What bet? Was there a bet as to whether I was going to watch it? Yeah, I wanted to check it out. For sure. Okay. Okay. Damn it. Who else wants to be a smart guy? Dude. Where are all these marauders coming from? Man, where are these marauders coming from? Part of the problem is I can't see them. Oh god. Dude, seriously. I know, makes my arcane fever worse, I get it. What the? Starting to annoy me. Alright, where are the... Here. Where are the goddamn marauders here? Like, are they working?
Just a scratch.
Are they working together with the pus beetles? Are they like their pets? Oh god. God damn. Man, what is going on? Why are there like 6 million creatures here? Alright, Dude, for real though. That's... This is crazy. How did I manage to aggro them? Apparently I did. Yeah, apparently I did get outmaneuvered. And I am having to take that. Jesus. God, man. What the flip was all that about? I had to drop potions like they were going out of style. Man, that was crazy. Look at all the stuff on the right side of my screen. Look at all the up stuff. Look at that. That's crazy. I know. Still not crazy about this elemental. I feel like he dies too quickly. Where's my arcane? Whoa. Is it journal? Oh man, I don't remember how to pull up my my stat, not my stats. I don't remember how to pull up my character thing. tab. No, tab is what I already had. It's a technical term, it's right. Thanks, Shattered. What is the flippin'... what is the freaking tab for... Oh, man. I'm trying to pull up the thing that lets me see what my arcane fever is at, and I don't remember what it is. It's not favorites. It's not quick inventory. It's not talent power. Unbelievable. What? What? I seriously do not remember what the hell the number is. What is the thing that shows me the fever? I got a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell. Where? It's not tab. No, that's not it. Where is what's the flippin' thing? It's not it either. That's console. What is the thing? Ugh. This is so annoying. I want to be able to pull up the advancement menu, and I don't remember what the hell the command is. Oh, what is your command? Stupid thing. The last tab of the magic menu? Yeah, but this isn't it. No, there's a... No, that's fine, but that's not it. I need an actual... I'm looking for an actual menu. It's a brand new menu that pops up. It doesn't look anything like these. And I can't remember what the hell it is. I have no idea what it is. But it pops up like a... It pops up like another thing. Hero menu is H. That's the thing I wanted. Yeah, thanks. That actually led me to it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good call. Thanks, Div. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so my arcane fever is 34%. That's not bad. See, ambrosia is very rare, so I think I'm down to like 6 of them or something like that. Hero key. Of course. So, ambrosia, which I think is under potions. Yeah, I have 6 of those left, so that's fine. Each one of these reduces it by 20%, so that's actually not bad. All of this so I could get down here. I'm not a fan of this area because I could not see anything. Suspicious soil mound. Alright. Or you just can't ever use magic again. Speaking of... And I just found some ambrosia. Badass. Awesome. So, no, it's not so much that you die, it's that you then... If your fever gets above 100%, you die. And ambrosia is the only thing that can bring it down, or occasional, like, other magical effects. So... Like, going into that area is gonna do... Oh, this looks very bad. This looks very, very dangerous. Yes, true. I did see that, Kilobyte. Yeah, I was watching Memories, and 8-Bit was playing a little bit of Fallout 3. What we got here? Okay. This is where I'm supposed to find Pock or Tupac, something like that. Grimlight Galleries. Well, well. I always love these bonfires, which stay here for 24 hours or more. Biggie Smalls. Okay. Useful. Although I'm determined to be a shock mage, not a fireball mage. Alright, so somewhere in here is Pock Pock. Kill Pock Pock, a troll. It was bred by some renegade apothecary who planned to set him on the Enderalian farmers. But not if I have anything to do with it. Zapow! Thanks. Too bad, so sad. Just struck me that my elemental is probably not the most stealthy person I've ever seen. So, aw yeah, sausage. That's what I'm talking about. What the hell is that? Like a spider pet? Terrifying. I know, right? Oh.
You'll pay for that. Fucking scum!
Oh god.
You'll pay for that.
Ow. Woo! Level 15. Good timing. Let's get me some health. Good timing. Could have been a problem. They're still upset with me. Pock Pock must be down there. Okay. Oh, I can't do it in combat. Alright, well, I'll have to level up after this then. What's up, Marauder? Ooh. Not very excited. Yes, no, I know, you're still in combat. You're still very excited to tell me that you're in combat. Long range! Oh, look at it! Oh, that was the best! That was the best! Did you guys see that? That was awesome! That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's awesome. It was a little anticlimactic, quite frankly. I have the high ground. That was so cool. Oh yeah, on a troll. I lost some amazing. You know what he had? I'll tell you exactly what he had. You want to know what he had? This is what he had. He had a freaking troll fat. I'm gonna reload it just in case. But I bet that what we're gonna find is that see? Div. Notice the incredibly exciting troll fat. No, I liked my previous one. My previous one was way better. The slow-mo fall off the bridge. Oh, that was so sweet. Alright. It was an amazing troll fat, yeah. It was huge. So big. So big. So amazing. Such a deal. The loot is random. Nah. On a troll, I mean, I think pretty much almost everything I've ever gotten on a troll has been troll fat. I want to say there's very few times I've gotten something other than troll fat on a troll. Alright, so, Wand and Arc. So now I can receive Pack's bounty. Okay. Seeing Legends is right. Okay. That was awesome. However, guys, unfortunately, it is that time for me to call it a night. Because I gotta get moving here and get to bed. It's late, but I started late, so obviously I wanted to go a little bit longer, but I've got to rise up on out of here. But the good news is I'll be back tomorrow night for you guys, and we'll be playing more of Skyrim Enderal, hopefully with a non-desynced webcam. Because hopefully OBS 32-bit will work better than 64-bit did. So we will hopefully be able to get something with that. But we are going to raid someone, and let me double check and see who exactly that's going to be. This is the way that we do raids here. We do raids like this. The Arvanauts have landed, followed by Twitch raid, which is lowercase Twitch, uppercase raid. And I'm going to take a look and see who there is right now that we have to raid. And then hopefully, like I say, hopefully this will fix, we'll have some things fixed up here and we'll be able to, hopefully we'll be able to do, hopefully we'll be able to get this thing not desynced as of tomorrow. That would be lovely. But let's see what we've got. Oh, I know exactly who we can go to. I know exactly who it's going to be. And I think it's going to be that's not the one I want. It's going to be the most appropriate, I think, that we could possibly have. So that's what we're going to do. The Arvanauts have landed, but the key is not to do it, though, until you hear my audio outro. Okay, so once you hear my audio outro, then you want to let that thing drop like a mighty stream as I jump over to this particular thing. There we go. Now I can do that. Cool. So, but I want to thank everybody for having made this an awesome stream tonight. Thank you to my awesome mods. Thank you to Demiser, to Dragonspear, Shadowed Mage, and Shattermage. And Shadowed, special shout out to you for hopefully giving me a lead on fixing this problem. Oh my god, it's so bad. So bad. This desync is so bad. So bad. Deactivate. Reactivate. Okay. So bad. So, but anyway, thank you, Shadowed. Hopefully I got a lead on that and I'll be able to fix it by tomorrow. That is what I'm definitely hoping for. Thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Little Muffin, the Tarot, Zia Braxi. Thank you to Victor, Bluebird Dog. I don't think I've seen you around here before, Bluebird Dog. I hope you like what you saw and heard and will be able to follow and support the Patreon if you can. Thank you to Commander Dunsel, to Comview. Same thing, Comview. I'm not sure if I've seen you in here, but I hope you like what you saw and heard and will follow. Thank you to Divinorium, the Dragonrite, to Parker. What's up, man? Thank you to EKAG, Fagwent, to God's Tiger, Graydon TV, Hovenal, Jagtress, Mrs. Dunsel, of course. Thank you to Nonstop, Spurious, and the One Batman. Always a pleasure to have you folks on board, and I will be back tomorrow night for you guys at around somewhere between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern, probably a little bit closer to 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, I believe, as we continue with Skyrim Enderal, hopefully this time with a functioning webcam that actually works all the way through. Now we're going to go here. If you haven't done so already, please support the channel with exclamation and follow it, but also exclamation point ARV2 for the YouTube channel, exclamation point Steam Group for the Steam Group channel, exclamation point Discord Discord for the Discord, and of course, !Arftreon. Please, if you can, support that. That is my subsystem, and it's the way that we're able to do a lot of cool stuff in this channel. So I'd really love to get back over 500 and start moving back up again, where we can do all the cool stuff that's possible in this channel with the higher Patreon number. But now we're going to go heading over to this person who was just in here earlier tonight. And that person is someone who is also playing Skyrim. Graydon, I haven't had a chance to raid him for a while. Graydon was just playing Skyrim. Matt was playing Skyrim when he raided me, so I am going to raid Graydon when he's playing Skyrim. So let's go over there and give him some love and do that as soon as you hear my audio outro. But that's it for me. Love you all. You're the best viewers on Twitch, and I'll catch you all later on Saturday for some more Skyrim Enderal. Until then, thanks everybody. Be good to each other. Have a good night.
Fresh and new, when it all seemed clear to you, when your aim was straight and true. Well, your mind untroubled by the questions in the dark, content to play your part, open pathways to your heart. Well, your life untainted by a host of broken dreams, when all your acts were queens, understood all that it means. Could you have understood the way your life was bound? Did you ever wonder how you got from there to now? Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, where the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Now through your pile of broken lies, and your set of fake goodbyes, another cynical disguise. When will they catch you? All those little things you said, will it turn around instead? Blame the voices in your head. With all your subtle language, try and turn your life around. If your center gets unwound, you do your best to slow things down. And if you feel things that you never felt before, that shook you to your core, a shattered truth you can ignore. Oh yes, you're gonna fly away from here, when the sky grows more clear, and your problems disappear, drift away down below. Watch them go down to your friends, where the trouble never ends, and there's always just one more day left to go. Life is